on Fox.
A night of terror as a French journalist captures the chilling scene outside of a music hall in Paris, where a pregnant woman can be seen dangling from a second-story window as gunmen carried out an attack that left dozens of people dead. A day after the worst terror attack Paris has ever seen, hundreds of people were killed in the string of blasts at 6 different locations. French President François Hollande directly pointed at ISIS and called the attack an act of war. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Warren Wright. The country is under a state of emergency after coordinated terrorist attacks across the city of Paris Friday night. Tonight, the death toll stands at 129 lives lost, with at least one American among the dead. Hundreds more are hurt. Aaron McLaughlin is in Paris with the latest.
An outpouring of support from around the world for the victims of the Paris attacks. In D.C., France's ambassador to the U.S. paid tribute to the victims and those left behind.
Let's think also of their parents, their relatives, their spouses, their friends, who are now carrying the burden of the grief, the burden of the mourning.
Among the victims is Noemi Gonzalez. The 23-year-old was a student at Cal State Long Beach.
Noemi was something of a star in our department. She was a shining star, and she brought joy, happiness, laughter to everybody she worked with.
Across Paris Friday night, terrorists armed with rifles and suicide vests carried out attacks at 6 different locations. ISIS claimed responsibility for the bloodshed. French President François Hollande promises a merciless response, calling the attacks an act of war. Investigators are scrambling to track down possible accomplices, and not just in France. There have been raids and arrests in Belgium connected to the Paris attacks. Meanwhile, some 1,500 French soldiers have deployed across France in an effort to thwart any future attacks. One witness compared it to 9/11.
This was largely done as was that for effect. They picked places that would have a lot of people watching. The world is watching, and I don't know how to say it. Yes, we have to figure out why this is going on and what we can do to stop it.
And a woman in the stadium targeted by the attackers describing what happened. Reporter Will Dupree is sharing her story tonight.
This cell phone video, shared exclusively with us, shows fans excited to watch France play the German soccer team. The excitement remained even though Krasinka Ovando says the crowd heard explosions.
Right in the beginning of the game, around 9 o'clock, we hear a bomb. We think it's a bomb sound, but we make nothing out of it. We thought it was a firework because fireworks happen at games.
Ovando spoke to us on Skype. She's studying in Paris right now and went to the game with several other students. They left along with hundreds of others after learning about the attack outside the stadium.
We were kind of locked. We couldn't get out of the stadium. I see people jumping the fence. I see people hopping on the fence, trying to find their loved ones.
Though she didn't see any of the wreckage up close, she says people were clearly panicked.
It's scary because I don't know what the next step is. I'm not allowed to leave my house.
Lorene Lustig keeps hearing sirens from her Paris home. She was there when the attacks happened, but says one happened near her job.
We don't have to change our life because we're afraid. We have to keep living like we do.
Ovando says the situation is scary, but the attacks don't make her regret coming to Paris.
Paris is a beautiful city that people should visit, but people need to realize that anything can happen anywhere, anytime, and you just have to be prepared for the worst.
Well, the City of Lights darkened to a ghost town following Friday night's attacks. The streets are eerily quiet. Cafes and markets that should be busy and bustling sit empty. Stunned shop owners opening for business, but not sure what to do. Meanwhile, memorials grow around the world for Paris attack victims. Residents of Hong Kong holding a candlelight vigil, while the Sydney Opera House in Australia showed its support, painted at the French flag, 5,400 miles away from Paris. New Yorkers gathering in Union Square to also hold a candlelight vigil, while a Las Vegas Strip came together in a show of support and solidarity for France. And here's a photo of a memorial set up at the France Pavilion at Disney's Epcot Center in Orlando, Florida.
Even if we had left like
a couple hours earlier, we would have been stuck in that situation.
A sigh of relief for a group of Southwest Florida students who could have been caught in the middle of the Paris attacks. For In Your Corner, Stephanie Tinoco sharing the story of the students who were welcome home earlier this morning after their Paris trip was canceled at the last minute, with the timing making all the difference.
I'm here at RSW Airport where family and friends waited for the safe arrival of the group. Now, I spoke to some people in the group who tell me they were so close of being in the midst of the terrible attacks. Terror struck Paris, shaking the world with news of ISIS claiming responsibility for more than 100 lives. Lynn Randolph tells me hers and her daughter's life could have been one of them.
We were about 2 minutes away from boarding the plane to go to Paris.
The two were going to Paris on a trip with a group from Evangelical Christian School. They tell me the timing of the trip is a blessing in disguise.
Had it been one day earlier and we were in the middle, literally we would have been right in the middle of everything.
Even if we had left like a couple hours earlier, we would have been stuck in that situation.
Randolph's daughter tells me once they heard the news of the first attack, 4 students on the trip decided to stay. 2 minutes before boarding, the French borders were closed, making home the only destination.
It escalated so quickly within an hour.
So quickly, so we finally made the decision that we were going to all stay together.
And fly back to Fort Myers. Family and friends offering hugs and in tears with relief. How do you feel that if she would have gone a day before, she could have been in the midst of it all?
Yeah, it's feel blessed.
Now, students also tell me they'll be holding prayer meetings and other activities in hopes of getting the whole community to pray for Paris. In Fort Myers, Stephanie Tinoco, Fox 4, In Your Corner.
All right, thanks, Stephanie. And of course, you can count on Fox 4 In Your Corner to keep you updated on this developing story and bring you the very latest, both on air and online at fox4now.com. Well, protecting our dogs, the new bill that could regulate greyhound racing in Florida. No driver, no ticket. What happened next after cops pull over this car for driving like grandpa? And we continue our coverage of the first ever Sunshine Summit in Orlando. What GOP presidential hopefuls had to say today as they push to win Florida next. You're watching Fox 4 Live.
The only station, the only news team. Only one newscast good enough to be considered the best. Emmy winner for Best Newscast in Florida. The news that's in your corner. Fox 4 News at 10. Fox 4's network of Skycams, blanketing Southwest Florida with eyes in the sky.
Tampa, Cape Coral, check this out. We just took 100, Caroline, 100 K900s, Highline editions, okay? Highline interior packages, $395 a month, 36-month lease, no money down, and we're going to give you $1,000. We're going to give you $1,000
included with your purchase or lease.
You come here with nothing.
Kia, that includes the Highline K900.
$58,000 car. You drive it for $395 a month.
And it's got a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty.
That's huge, Caroline. That's huge.
People are always asking me, Gina, do you really love your kitchen? Do you really use it? As you can see, we get a lot of use out of our kitchen.
And don't forget who supplied all these fancy appliances you love so much.
Good Deal supplied all the appliances, like this double wall oven that I love.
And this cooktop where I'm stealing this meatball.
At Cornerstone, we give a lifetime warranty on everything we manufacture, and no deposit is required. Kids, what do you think about Cornerstone?
And Good Deal appliances.
Wow! Wow!
A small church atmosphere with lots of people. That's McGregor Baptist Church. You'll be uplifted by our inspirational music and radically changed from the teachings of the Bible. If you can't join us for weekly services, then watch us right here at 7 a.m.
You're middle of the night, rolled out of bed.
A bump on the chin leads to a shocking surprise.
It's about $1,000 visit.
Changes in your insurance mean ER sticker shock.
It was shocking.
How you can avoid a costly trap. Monday on Fox 4 News at 10.
Every family has one member who says whatever's on their mind. Name a part of your body with hair you've never once cut or trimmed.
Your tush.
Family Feud, weeknights at 7 on Fox 4. Patrick Nolan and Amy Wegman, weeknights on Fox 4 News at 6, 10, and 11.
All eyes on the Sunshine State this weekend as Republican presidential candidates join together to set themselves apart. During the first ever Sunshine Summit, more than 20,000 people attended the two-day event, including our own Katie Jones, who joins us from Orlando with what the presidential hopefuls and voters had to say.
Good evening. The Republican presidential candidates here in Orlando this weekend all agreeing that Florida will play a big role in the upcoming election. And local voters we talked to say they want a president who doesn't just talk, but also delivers. More than 20,000 voters filed in to watch each Republican candidate.
I don't come from wealthy and politically connected parents.
Everybody has a chance to make a difference in our society.
Try and separate themselves above the rest and win over support from voters like Lena Byer.
We want to be informed voters, and we think we have a very strong candidate. We have very strong candidates. We're very proud of our candidates. And we want to be an informed electorate. That's why so many of us are here.
Many we talked to haven't quite decided on a candidate of choice, but agree there are some clear frontrunners.
Gosh, I was very impressed with Ted Cruz. He is a man of his word. If he says it, he does it. Very impressed with him. I was impressed with Marco Rubio also. And I'm looking forward to hearing Donald Trump.
Throughout the Sunshine Summit, each candidate stressing the importance of Florida in the election while also giving their vision for America's future. The platforms varied from taxes to job creation, education, and immigration, but the opposition remained the same.
Hillary is wrong. She grades on the curve, apparently, when she says President Obama is deserving of an A.
And Hillary Clinton and the worst. She will be so bad. She will set this country back so far.
The candidates and their supporters agreeing that the Republican Party needs to stay strong, come together, and take over.
Our country is in trouble, and if we do not reverse course, I fear for the future of my children and grandchildren.
The Sunshine Summit wrapped up earlier this evening, and all of the candidates will now move forward on the campaign trail. Reporting from Orlando tonight, Katie Jones, Fox 4 in your corner.
All right, thanks, Katie. Well, a local store owner says a thief smoked him out. A large quantity of packs of cigarettes a suspect plucked from this Lehigh store. New hope, how a new bill could soon regulate greyhound racing in Florida. You're watching Fox 4 News live.
And if you stepped outside today, you probably noticed the difference. The dew points are dropping, and so are the temperatures. But this comfortable stretch, unfortunately, is coming to an end. We'll take a look at your Sunday forecast and also tracking when a warmer, more humid pattern returns to Southwest Florida coming up after the break.
It takes all of us to beat cancer. Doctors, researchers, and people like you. Learn more about the progress we're making at standuptocancer.org.
The water weather forecast is brought to you by Water City Grill. It's all about the Cape. For a quick quote and a great deal, visit Naples Dodge Chrysler Jeep.
You think you've got a good answer?
How about your panties?
This is too much information. Would you say it in front of your family? Name something that often lasts longer than you want it to. Work.
A movie.
Sex. Not about him. Not about him.
Well, who the hell are you married to? What would you say on Family Feud?
Family Feud, weeknights at 7 on Fox 4.
Okay, it's Christmas time. The best deal I've ever done, okay? Tampa, Cape Coral, Wesley Chapel, catch this deal. The cadenza, $35,000 cadenza, no money down, $275 a month, okay?
Plus,
2-year lease.
There's more.
2-year lease.
10-year, 100,000 mile limited warranty, and
we're gonna give you $1,000 to go shopping.
Hey.
We're gonna give you $1,000. You don't bring us any money, and you pay $275 for a $35,000 car. Are you kidding me? It's a no-brainer.
This This news segment is powered by Fifth Third Bank, Broadway series sponsor and official bank of the Barbara B. Mann Performing Arts Hall.
We believe that, no animal should be used for entertainment.
Greyhound racing season starts today in Southwest Florida. Racegoers at the Naples-Fort Myers track were met with protesters calling for an end to the sport. Fox 4's Adam Pinsker tells us opponents may have found an unlikely ally in their efforts.
The group Grade 2K is back at the Naples-Fort Myers dog racing track. They're convincing the legislature to pass a law that would regulate the amount of greyhound racing that takes place in the state.
I hope the legislators are listening, and I hope that they listen to the complaints of all of the protesters throughout the state.
Despite a stalemate in Tallahassee over the issue, the group Grade 2K is not giving up hope that a bill to decouple dog racing in the state of Florida passes in 2016. That means tracks wouldn't have to hold a certain number of greyhound races in order to keep their gambling permits. The owner of the Naples-Fort Myers dog track supports this bill.
It would allow us to choose the amount of racing that we do at our facility and not live off a mandate from the Florida legislature that was created in 1996.
Opponents of greyhound racing want the industry to take it a step further by mandating all injuries to dogs are reported to the state.
Majority of the time when they transfer it from state to state, from track to track, they're traveled in unair-conditioned kennel trucks.
Track officials say although they don't own the greyhounds that race there, they do their best to ensure the dog's safety.
Everyone who races at our track is vetted so that we're sure that they're taking care of their animals.
And Grade 2K says of all the states that have greyhound racing, only Florida and Alabama actually don't report the number of greyhound injuries to state regulators. Reporting from Bonita Springs, Adam Pinsker, Fox 4 in your corner.
All right, thanks, Adam. Well, a Lehigh community on alert tonight after a neighborhood gas station was broken into, and the owner says more than $10,000 worth of cigarettes were stolen. The owner of the Citgo on Lee Boulevard says the gun-proof window closest to the register was shattered. He says hundreds of dollars were stolen from the register and thousands of dollars worth of cigarettes, too. He says in surveillance video he could see a couple of men in black clothing wearing gloves and black masks taking from the register, only leaving behind some traces of blood.
Police say they have a blood test. They take the blood, they go the DNA, then you see they can find out. And I show them that my camera too.
Some customers who frequent the store say they're uneasy about the incident being so close to home.
I just was sick to my stomach whenever I found out that they had broken in. It's just a shame. He's trying to make his business here and serve our customers.
Well, the owner says he also believes there was a third man involved driving a dark car waiting for the two men who broke in. If you have any information about this crime, contact your local police. Well, families in Southwest Florida taking part in a big celebration for the Iona-McGregor Fire Department. The department celebrating its 50th anniversary with an open house with trucks, a fire rescue boat, and even a SWAT car on display. A family-friendly event with games, the chief says, is a great way to bring the community together.
It's exciting. It's nice to know that we have this level of support from the community and they're interested in us and they want to come down and share the experience.
Well, the Florida Forest Service was also there answering community questions about fire prevention and safety.
Well, it was a great day across Southwest Florida, but that didn't stop beachgoers from enjoying, well, the refreshing change. You can see the sun tried to break through, didn't quite get it done. As we take a look at Zoom 10 Skycam, this is Fort Myers Beach, and you can see certainly not a bad day, though, in terms of how it felt today. We're seeing cooler and a drier air mass settle in, and many of you can certainly tell the difference as we take a look at 24-hour dew point change. Already 11 degrees from this time yesterday, and many of you let me know how it feels out there as well, possibly even using a light jacket as you headed out the door. But even with the clouds, not a whole lot of rain managed to develop. As we see, most of the showers that did develop were out there on the eastern periphery of the state and nothing at the current hour, so no worries overnight. In terms of the temperatures, we're already finding them in the 60s. If you live out there in Charlotte County areas to the north, elsewhere we're in the 70s. We're going to find ourselves in the 60s, upper 60s by morning, by afternoon. It's going to be a similar setup. We've still got this comfortable air locked into place. Easterly wind's going to kick in, so that could mean a degree or two warmer than today, but still going to feel pretty nice out there if you got plans. Another thing that you're going to notice similar today is the cloud cover. It'll be stubborn throughout the afternoon and breezy as well. Note the winds 10 to 15, could even be stronger, especially there's a 22-mile-per-hour winds out there towards Sanibel, could be gusting up to 25 at times. And note that continues through the late part of the afternoon, breezy east to northeast winds, and may allow some sunshine to peek in through there along some of those northern zones through the late part of the afternoon. But still, I'm thinking it's going to be a mainly cloudy day with a few showers, possibly inland. Certainly, I'm not emphasizing that, as I think it's going to be another mainly dry and comfortable afternoon. For the boaters, though, the winds are not spelling good news for you. We talked, small craft advisory remains in effect until 10 a.m. tomorrow. We've got east winds 20 knots. It'll be diminishing throughout the day, but still may want to hold off on the boating as we will see improving conditions for boaters here in the coming days. So that's what your Sunday's looking like, but hey, you could already tell the difference here in the coming days. We are going to be bumping up those temperatures. East winds going to become more southeasterly, and that's going to help those temperatures to climb. Hey, we'll see more sunshine, though, but those temperatures will once again be near records as we approach the middle of the week. Also see rain chances build back in as well. That's your Storm Patrol forecast.
All right, thanks, Tony. Well, drivers, listen up. We have a recall to tell you about tonight. The steering problem that won't ease your soul. Another reason to say, uh-oh, SpaghettiOs, the potential choking hazard that has thousands of cans being recalled. You're watching Fox 4 News live.
My name is Rose. Smoking caused my lung cancer. I was on chemo and radiation. They took part of my lung out, and they put this in me to drain the fluid. Every day I prayed that they would remove it. My tip is be careful what you wish for. That chest tube hurt a lot more coming out than it did going in.
Tobacco-Free Florida offers free nicotine replacement patches. Call 1-877-YOU-CAN now.
People are always asking me, Gina, do you really love your kitchen? Do you really use it? As you can see, we get a lot of use out of our kitchen.
And don't forget who supplied all these fancy appliances you love so much.
Good Deal supplied all the appliances, like this double wall oven that I love.
And this cooktop where I'm stealing this meatball.
At Cornerstone, we give a lifetime warranty in everything we manufacture, and no deposit is required. Kids, what do you think about Cornerstone?
And Good Deal appliances.
Wow! Wow!
Jace, come on! Let's go! Come on!
I love it out here.
Todd, what's your favorite part of the business?
Oh, I love the couples getting engaged. Love to hear how that guy's going to propose.
Similar for me. I love the relationships and the friendships that we've built over the years. Speaking of which, I feel guilty out here fishing. Our customers expect for us to be back in the showroom. We better get back in there.
Don't feel guilty. Showroom's 50 yards away.
Every family has one member who says whatever's on their mind. Name a part of your body with hair you've never once cut or trimmed.
Your tush.
Family Feud, weeknights at 7 on Fox 4.
We're in your corner.
Fox 4 Rising, weekdays from 5 to 8 a.m.
Uh-oh, don't eat those SpaghettiOs. Campbell Soup is recalling 335,000 cans of SpaghettiOs due to a potential choking hazard. The company says pieces of red plastic were found in a small number of cans, so the product shouldn't be eaten. Customers are urged to return affected products to the store for a full refund. The company says the recalled cans have a February 22nd, 2017 date stamped on them. Kia is recalling more than 256,000 sold compact SUVs because the steering could fail. The recall covers certain Souls from the year 2014 through 2016 model years. The adhesive that holds the steering gear together may not be strong enough, causing the parts to separate. This can lead to steering loss. No crashes or injuries have been reported, but the company is offering free repairs. The recall is expected to start December 22nd. Not even a self-driving car can avoid being stopped by police. An officer in California pulling over one of Google's self-driving cars. A passenger was inside the car at the time, but no one was behind the wheel. Authorities say the car was driving 11 miles below the speed limit, backing up traffic. Google says the car's speed is capped at 25 miles an hour for safety reasons. When all was said and done, the officer let the car go without a ticket since it didn't break the law. All right, well, we'll take a final look at the weather when we return.
Just announced, save thousands with Ford X-Plan pricing for everybody during the Friends and Neighbors pricing event exclusively at Coconut Point Ford. No negotiation necessary for a limited time only. Southwest Florida's only back-to-back Ford President's Award winner is delivering Ford employee pricing for everyone, which means the biggest savings of the year on the new Ford of your choice. So don't miss this historic chance. Get the point. Get to the point. Coconut Point Ford. Online at coconutpointford.com.
Ah, bacon. It makes everything better. And right now at Perkins, it's Bacon Fest. 8 new entrees bursting with bacon, like our bacon tater omelet, packed with applewood smoked bacon and crispy tots. Or the Baconzilla burger, 2 Angus patties, 4 strips of bacon, and even bacon jam. Then there's barbecue bacon steak and shrimp, jumbo fried shrimp and steak glazed with barbecue sauce and topped with more bacon. Breakfast and a whole lot more. It all comes together at Perkins.
Every family has one member who says whatever's on their mind. Name a part of your body with hair you've never once cut or trimmed.
Your tush.
What would you say on Family Feud? I love this show.
Family Feud, weeknights at 7 on Fox 4. Watch your favorite newscast anytime, anywhere on fox4now.com. Fox 4, in your corner with live streaming news from your desktop to your tablet or phone, keeping you up to the minute and in the know. fox4now.com.
No humidity this morning?
Felt
really
great.
nice.
I know.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Nearly crossed the line. There is no line. It's just the law. That's what separates us from the animals.
You call this value? I don't think so. Treat yourself to more with Beef O'Brady's value menu all day, every day from $6.49. Kick back and watch your favorite sports. Relax and recharge. Let Beefs put the U back in value.
Hey, you know, everybody knows you love to party, and now you know what? With $1,000, everybody can party like you.
That's right. $1,000 in your pocket. You can use it to go party, go drinking, go shopping, drinking responsibly, of course. Whatever you want to do with it, because it is yours with your purchase or lease of any new Kia.
During the month of November, it's $1 million giveaway.
Guaranteed.
That's right, in the state of